Well, now getting set for Heat 1 of round 5. Frederico Morais taking on Sebastian Zietz. I'm going to get Tom Whitaker's phone number for next time I have a major crisis in my life. But here we go, a replay of the first wave during this heat. Sebastian Zietz locking in a pretty decent score here.
Well, it's our first time checking it out, but again, conditions are holding here. As you see, inside section here, again, this is what we saw from previously from Sebastian, is that he is not going to hold back whatsoever.
This is a great matchup, isn't it? Both these guys are really powerful. Here's Frederico's first wave, a 7.
He doesn't have to change a thing. You know what? The judges are loving his style and approach here. You know, he's very similar to what we saw from Jordy and Joel, is that nice, quiet kind of, his board doesn't ever react to crazy sections. He's got a little bit more movement in his upper body than Joel and Jordy, but he does a good job of keeping the board quiet on the wave. You never really ever see him kind of lose control of that part of it. So he's got these strong kind of lower appendages where he controls everything, and it's neat to see because that's where you can see a significant difference. Again, this is the score for Sebastian Zietz, a 3.67. A little shaky there, but he's got the early lead.
You think about these two competitors and their run through this contest, some really close heats that could have gone either way that we've seen in the contest so far by John Florence.
Was that a turn? I guess it would be, right? It is, but it's turning in the air.
Here we go. The surfer from Portugal. A nice looking wall here. Lays into a full drawn out carve and then banks off the bottom, getting on top of that section. And that sun's starting to pop now. Big crowd on the beach watching this unfold as we look to set up our quarterfinal heats. And a solid finish for Frederico right there on the inside.
Man, this guy's consistent of surfing in Portugal. He brought the most amazing fan line, and now Frederico gets to kind of run off of that. He's got an entire country behind him, and that must be so cool as we see this replay here. This is going to be his best wave so far in this heat. You know, again, start to finish, there wasn't any one point in this wave you're going, oh gosh, what was that? You know, it's all the way through. He was just so consistent. There it is, an 8.17. So early advantage definitely going to Frederico here.
Definitely surfs with a lot of confidence and bringing that fire to a more experienced championship tour competitor here in the first heat of round 5. He's up again, trying to get rid of a 7 now. There's that little tweaked out finish to those big turns, but he just gets stuck in trying to get through that second maneuver.
It's pretty solid. I'd say on the bigger sets it's definitely 8 foot. Yeah, I don't know, some people will call it 6 foot Hawaiians, I don't know. But South African it's 8 foot, and yeah, I think, you know, the best waves are probably the 6 footers, the ones that just hit the reef better, and probably like the wave after the set. So I was just lucky enough that one wasn't too bumpy. And yeah, I was able to get up into the lip. Normally I tend to stay away from the lip because there's so many bumps and chops. It's very similar to like Sunset. You don't really hit the lip too much at Sunset. You kind of like to draw those open face turns. But on that wave it was asking for it.
And a little bit of defense right at the end there, because you know Parker could get what he needed if he got the wave.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was one wave that I went. It didn't end up being any kind of a good wave, but it just had so much water in it. And I thought if it steepened up as it hit the little reef, then he was definitely going to have an opportunity to get it. And with 2 minutes to go, I just thought, yeah, you know, I might as well take it off him than give him that opportunity.
A lot of takeaways for maybe some of the less experienced competitors still left in the draw if they're down there in the competitors area watching. But I did love how much he attacked that medium-sized wave. 7.6 almost seemed unfair. But here we go. Sebastian Zietz during that interview had this wave, Pete.
Well, that first section was a bummer because he really couldn't, both those sections really. You know, finally here he's able to lay into a carve. He had to miss the foamy section, or that big pillow of cloud, storm cloud that came at him. But this combo there was solid. So when you look at what he needs to do, you feel like he needs to at least match Frederico's low score. Obviously.
Here we go. Movement here.
Wasn't even a spark in my mother's eye.
Frederico Morais taken off. Trying to get rid of a 7. Strong first turn. But you can tell he's loading up for more and gets a tricky section to deal with there. Does very well to recover. Kind of came up under the lip then. There's probably his most solid turn, actually finished with a great combination there on the inside. He loves the feel of that.
Well, that section he wore as a skirt, but he somehow was able to execute, got through it, no worries, and really paid off in the end section. I mean, he could have easily gotten stuck there.
I thought he was gone.
Oh, yeah, but then he just threw it off and went for broke on the inside, and it paid off big time. See, again, that medium-sized set, right, that's going to hug the reef. Very similar to what we saw from Jordy. That arc on the outside section, so he gets some scoring done on the outside right there. He wore it right there on the chest. So strong, stayed on his feet, kept his speed going, and it paid off right here on this inside section. Nice and steep right there. You saw from that back angle on the first angle we saw how steep that section was. Good stuff there for Frederico.
He should dump the 7 here. In fact, he might even improve on his best ride. And that number's starting to roll through as Frederico makes his way back out. An 8.93. So really starting to pull away from Sebastian Zietz at the moment. Just over 7 minutes to go. And Seabass chasing a 2-wave total of 17.11. Here he goes. Lines up this section. Dealing with some of those bumps. And just gets caught by that lip, trying to drive down to the open face. We're going to take a quick break. Some big heats coming up.
What this does, too, for the sport there is it inspires all the younger generation underneath. And, that's where Frederico got his inspiration.
Well, here we go. Sebastian Zietz. Still at this point, you'd have to give him a chance, but he's going to get a little caught behind here for a moment. Things just not going to plan for the Hawaiian. But let's see if he can take this ride to another place with a big finish on the inside here. Ducks into the barrel, and he gets the exit but can't ride out completely.
He's pleading.
He's got a smile on his face.
So
always.
He's having a good time. Look at him. That's why he's got such a huge fan base, because you truly see his personality when he's got the jersey on. Take a look at the replay here. Beautiful carve to start. This wave didn't give him that combination of major moves. So it's going to suppress the score slightly because he didn't get any other turns on the outside. But he stayed with it, got back to the open face, and then somehow finds a little tube time on the inside. Straight into it. And I don't think they'll give him complete on that. But nice work. And again, comes up with a huge smile on his face. I mean, he's in a combo situation, and he's still having a ball. How could you not love that? I mean, even got the water patrol to get a little chuckle on.
But with just over a minute to go, it looks like that's all we'll be seeing of Sebastian Zietz here at the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach for 2017. But with a 13th and 2 9ths, he'll be well placed heading over to Brazil, where he's had some decent runs in the past. Frederico Morais making his way in now with 45 seconds to go. And he can really pace himself through this one, but he won't. Digs in with a monster first turn, a great combination to kick this right off. And this one could go into his top 2, already collecting a lot of points. As he just rolls on through to this last section. Let's see if he can finish it off. A great performance from the rookie. And he is moving through to the quarterfinals on his way to his best finish in 2017. And that rookie title Look at the year title race is already starting
it's got
to take shape.
Bunch of guys there wanting a piece of it. You got Zeke who's making a run. You got this guy, Conor O'Leary. Exciting.